Remember growing up and like being taken away because my parents got divorced and all that stuff, and so I'd have to go visit my dad in the Bahamas. I just remember growing up around like my mom, my grandma, mad sisters, like 5 sisters. But I just always kind of felt alone, because it was like, yeah, there's people there around me, but it was like, there's just no one there really who I could speak to and who could guide me, other than my God, the way that I needed as a young man, right? I go visit my dad. He would just work the entire time. And so I wouldn't really actually see him during the summers, right? And I remember learning how to grow up and just be alone and do things for myself and how to become strong on my own. I remember learning how to fight on my own because every time I go to the Bahamas, all the little Bahamian kids would say I was an American. I was soft, right? I wasn't black enough, right? When I come back to the U.S., it was tight, but it was just still like I was the only, I was either in a place in Washington where it's like mad Samoans and like big Samoans and stuff. And I was like, there's like less black dudes, so I had to earn my stripes there. Or I was in a place where it was like mostly all white people, and so I had to earn my stripes there. I just remember always kind of being alone, always kind of being the only one, always having to like earn my stripes. I remember not having any men there. I'd be like, oh, who do you look up to? I'd be like, I look up to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, 1, they can't earn my respect because they're usually not hard enough. 2, I just remember being so disappointed in all the people that were supposed to guide me. Like they were doing their best. I love them. They're doing their best. But I just remember being like, I can't follow you. Grew up being like, all I got is me, this skin, and my God, and that's it. Humans are not dependable. Why give a fallible being perfect trust? And what that did was it built inside me a very hard psychology around personal strength. Because I didn't have a choice. It was either I was going to figure out how to let the fact that I was pretty much isolated and had to figure out everything on my own and fight on my own against multiple attackers multiple times constantly, or if I was at home, all my sisters and my mom and my grandma, everybody would gang up on me because it was like all girls versus just me. So I got inoculated to that way of life, and I used to always ask God, like, why does this gotta be so hard? How come all my friends already got cell phones and they're chilling and they're kicking it and their lives look easy? I used it to just crystallize a hardcore mindset. If you're able to play that game long enough, have enough faith long enough to believe that it's gonna make sense, it all starts making sense. Because now, in order to be who I need to be, I need all the skills I learned during those times. I need to learn, thank God I learned how to fight on my own by myself. Thank God I learned how to face multiple attackers. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I had to earn my stripes so nobody else can walk up and take them away. Thank God I was in that pressure cooker, that crucible. Thank God nobody helped me. You know what I'm saying? Because now, it's a beautiful thing. Have enough faith to keep going. Because if you can do that, when you can give empowering meanings to these things, it all starts making sense. It could have just as easily been like, yo, Pops obviously doesn't care about me. Mom just doesn't understand. And I could have went and got involved in bad things, and I did. I joined a freaking gang of homicidal maniacs called the Marine Corps. We did all kinds of things, but could have gave a disempowering meaning to all of it and been like, oh, well, poor me and this, that, and the next thing. And I felt like that a lot. Make no motherfucking mistake. I felt like that a lot, but I found ways to be like, I gotta make this a positive. I need that. I was an alchemist, man. And now those choices to believe and have that type of mentality pays off huge. So choose what you believe. Now, on this entrepreneurial journey, I'm alone all the time. I have to trust my instincts all the time. I can't listen to other people's advice all the time. have to learn to fight by myself and with just me and my God all the time. You know what I mean? I gotta face multiple attackers all the time. Sometimes they're just in my head. Sometimes they're people I love, trust, and look up to. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone around you is gonna understand the entrepreneurial journey. You know what I mean? Because it's a special journey. It's a special journey. And what I think you learn the most about it is, the most valuable thing is, you learn how to trust your instincts. And you invest as much value as you can. And then you look for God's grace. Anybody can live at any moment of their life, no matter where they're at in their journey, if they start to step out and go after their potential. That light is like that potential, man. You press into it, and it's like, it may devour you, it may burn you up, because it's exposing your weaknesses, and it hurts, but it's the most healthy thing. And so it takes faith to keep pressing into that light. The light is the hard work necessary and the vulnerability you have to have in order to see your imperfections, in order to get better. So I'm gonna get this next set. Find my imperfections. Find out how weak I am, but find out how strong I am today simultaneously. That's the game. One way to become very free, very strong, is to stop playing for acceptance or running from the loss of love. It's difficult because most of us don't even realize that's what we're doing. But the antidote is to love yourself enough to do what you need to do on a daily basis to become your best self. Discipline is the ultimate form of love, because it's self-sacrificial action towards the betterment of yourself or even someone you love. You discipline your children at the risk that they won't like you, but for the payoff that they'll become who they need to be, and that you'll help them and guide them. It's sacrificial in some ways. The other side of love, acceptance, affection, the more feminine side, is a little bit, it's less sacrificial, and it can become parasitic. I fight to be alone. I am dodging people all day to try to get some alone time, because I get up early just to be alone, because I gotta go up on the hill. I gotta get that fire, that creativity by the grace of God, and I gotta come down off the hill, bring it to my team so we can conquer. You know what I'm saying? You only get that alone. You only get that from up above, man, at least if you're me. So it's funny, I fight the best alone. You know what I'm saying? The pain is providence. The pain is what prepares you for the path. It's beautiful stuff, man. The pain is providence if you can give it an empowering meaning. But you have the sovereignty over your life. It's up to you to give it a meaning that will make you perform in a way that will make it all worth it by the grace of God. Trash together, I'd say, as a young man, I was forced to deal with the feelings of losing love from the people I thought I could depend on the most at an early age. The protection strategy I formed from that has caused me to be able to achieve a lot. And so that is what I want you to get. I think if you look into the history of all great people, men and women, you're gonna find tragedy and struggle, and you're gonna find that the meaning they gave those tragedies, those atrocities, and those struggles is what drove them to be able to achieve the activities and execute on the missions that drove them to do great things. Ultimately, it's the meaning you give the things that happen to you that's going to dictate your results, because your perspective will dictate your performance.